Hey everybody, Mark over here at Twanger's Turntable. I hope you're all doing well. If you're a first-time visitor, viewer, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by and checking out my content. If you're a returning subscriber, visitor, thank you very much. Also, very much appreciate it. Jumping on here today, it's crazy time, busy. Summer is always pretty busy. This summer, exceptionally busy. Got our grandsons a little more than we'd anticipated, but it's lots of fun. And to top it off, the in-laws are now here, so it's very busy. Needless to say, I won't bore you with any more details than that. The last video I posted, I believe, was over a week ago, aside from the short here and there. Short videos just helps me keep a presence, if only minimally. And I know some people have varying opinions on the shorts, but it is what it is. It's just a way for me to share that I'm here and music we all love in the vinyl community and beyond. So that's what it is. So if you can hear them in the background, they're upstairs now, so there may be a little background, but we'll try to rise above the din and carry on. So the reason I'm here today is good buddy Steve over at All the World's a Stage. I don't know if you heard of this guy, but he's got a pretty good channel over there. And he started a thread that's really caught on. I've seen several of the contributions to this thread, including Mike over at MGK Boston, Aaron, of course, Aaron Musalamir. I think I've seen Chris Profi doing his. I think I even seen Brandon. Did Brandon do one? Anyway, the thread is 5 artists or bands. Yeah, I did watch Brandon's. Of which I don't have in my collection, and I never have. Now, there's a couple of criteria here that Steve listed out so kindly of him, so we know what we're doing. Number one, you've never owned any of their music. Number two, they had to have played an arena with a capacity of 20,000 seats at some point in their career. The other thing that Steve did not list on his criteria, though, when I watched his video, I should mention I did watch Steve's video as well, was that he wasn't including any country and western or rap, hip hop, divas, that type of music artists, just because that would be easy pickings. I mean, I could easily pick 5, as Steve was in the same boat, that I don't have in my collection, never had, probably never will, although I never say never about anything, because if I think back to 30 years ago, 40 years ago as a teenager, the list was vast of artists I would never own in my collection, because it was all metal, hard rock, with some few exceptions. And with those few exceptions, I have to say, some of the content my folks were listening to as I was growing and those formative years developing do stick out to me, though I don't have them with a couple exceptions, on any format, and that being my dad with Johnny Cash, George Jones, and with myself, Steve Earle. Some may argue some of the early Eagles is borderline folk country. So there's a few. I mean, John Prine, love John Prine. So there are a few exceptions, but I'm not going to include any of those. In fact, when my dad passed away in '97, the first song that came to mind to me was a George Jones song, and He Stopped Loving Her Today. So the roots of that music for me run deep, but it's not my primary music that I listen to. So with that being said, I'm sticking to 5 artists that are within that realm of essentially rock, hard rock, metal, early folk rock. And also, this is not a commentary on my feelings about these artists or a commentary on whether I think they're good or bad or anything. I just don't own them in my collection. I want to keep this to a fairly constructive. If there's any criticism about these artists, it's constructive. It's not negative. It's not a knock against them. I just don't own any of them. And I'm going to make an honorable mention to one that I would like to own because I've discovered them. I don't think I heard of them prior, but certainly they stand out to me watching Steve's channel, and it's Porcupine Tree. Steve Wilson and his projects. I've listened to some of it, and it's amazing stuff. So that's an honorary mention because I don't have anything of theirs in my collection, but that's not on my list, my official list. I alluded to the grandkids being here, so we do a lot of activities, including, well, Lego, cycling on our bikes. We go to the pool a lot, swimming. They love those activities, and it's really good for them, body, mind, all that stuff. So we try to emphasize that. And then music. We sit down here, we play games and listen to music, and we color. They're of that age, at least one of the younger ones, where we do a lot of coloring. So they inspired me to make my list in this manner. So it at least helped me prepare for a video, even though I wasn't able to make a video until now. And they're still here, like I said. So I'll try and keep it relatively short because they're upstairs and waiting for GPA so we can go swimming again. So without further ado, my list. And like I say, no specific order either. Just artists I don't have in my collection. And start off at number 5. And that is a gentleman from Duluth, Minnesota, USA, Bob Dylan. I have no Bob Dylan. I also should mention that I'm not including if I have 1 or 2 songs in certain compilations I own. That doesn't count. And that applies to some of these artists for sure. But yeah, number 5, Bob Dylan. Don't have any Bob Dylan. That be on any format. Number 4, from Palo Alto, California, USA, Grateful Dead. I have no Grateful Dead. None. Number 3, from Bellevue, Washington, USA, Queensryche. No Queensryche. Not a one. Like I say, this does not include any singles that may be on certain compilations I may own. Number 2, my buddy Brett over at my goodness, Headbangers Closet. Sorry, Brett, slipped my mind. I know you're at Metallica right now in my fair city. I know you're having an awesome time. Yeah, Metallica rules. So number 2, he presented this as one of his 10 most listened to, actually. So, and they are from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, USA, and that is Poison. So they made my 5 of artists I don't own on any format. And number 1, and I do have some of their stuff on a couple of compilations, but just never really got into them. And they are from, I hope I can pronounce this right, Belo Horizonte, Brazil. Our buddy Gustav, he'll know who these are right off the bat, I'm sure. Number 1 is Sepultura. I have none of their content on cassette, CD, or vinyl outside of odd songs here and there on compilations. So that's my 5. I hope you'll jump on Steve's thread. Go over to his channel. It's All the World's a Stage. I'll try and link his page below since he is the originator of this thread. And check out some of the other videos as well. They're great. I saw Gary's over at Physical Format. So they're all really good. I get a chuckle out of them. And if you don't know that a lot of this stuff is done with, busting somebody's balls and stuff like that, then, yeah, that's unfortunate. But it's just all in fun, and it's the fellowship of the vinyl community. And if you're not part of it, perhaps maybe you don't understand, but it's all good. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to leave it. As easy for me to say. I'm anxious to get back to the grandson. I'll leave it at that. I'm going to try to post another video because my oldest grandson wanted to do a part 2 of a video we had done with him probably 6-7 months ago. Actually, yeah, it was around Christmas time. So, but I'll leave that for another video. Thanks for tuning in once again. I do appreciate each and every one of you. It's awesome. And I hope to be back soon. Until then, take care. And yeah, we'll see you again soon. Cheers, everybody. Bye.